Alright, YouTube, what's going on? This video is titled Lil Nas X Just Lost Everything and is by Jamari. Damn, it already got 161,000 views.
So just last weekend, I told you guys about how Lil Nas X had lost his mind running around the streets of LA at 4 in the morning in nothing but his whitey tighties.
That was
crazy. The reports
crazy.
were that he had punched a police officer and then was taken to the hospital. Then once they knew he was okay, he was taken to jail, where he would have to wait until yesterday to finally see the judge. And let me tell you guys, this whole situation has gotten way worse than I initially thought, with the pop star now facing multiple felony charges and potential years in prison. So as you guys can see, Lil Nas X has—
just from punching an officer? What did he do? Yo, it's so crazy, bruh. This is what happens when you try to chase this LA lifestyle and be in the mix, bro. Have you ever heard of the word California sober, bro? That literally means you just chief and you drink. So think about that. Think about what they do over there. The type of shit that goes on. It's insane.
He's pled not guilty to felony charges, and his bail has been set at $75,000. Like I told you guys, he had to spend the weekend in jail, and this would be the first time that we would see him since the incident occurred.
The story getting a lot of attention. Lil Nas X made his first court appearance following a bizarre incident down Ventura Boulevard and his subsequent arrest.
The singer pleaded not guilty to felony charges.
I don't think this is a publicity stunt, bro. He actually got arrested.
Video obtained by TMZ shows the Grammy-winning artist strutting in Studio City early last Thursday wearing nothing but underwear and cowboy boots.
And it's interesting that he ends up pleading not guilty to these charges, because in a little bit I'm going to be showing you guys the courtroom footage, and the guy's lawyer is going to claim that he wasn't even on drugs in the first place, which is pretty strange considering the initial reports
He was in his tidy whities, bro.
That he was like potentially ODing, which never really made sense. I mean,
isn't like when you have an overdose, like you're not capable of walking down the street, right? Isn't it when you have an overdose, you're like knocked out and you've like consumed too much, right? I think they just threw that word in there for that.
Know anyone who's overdosed and then continued to go walk the streets of LA?
That's what I'm saying.
Not only was he wandering around in his underwear, but he eventually was wandering around naked. His first court appearance here at the Van Nuys courthouse was brief, and he got what he wanted. He's going to be released on bail, but with some conditions.
So not only did this guy assault 3 police officers, but he was also potentially naked while doing so. I mean,
bro, I'm not gonna lie, he had to have been off that shit. I'm gonna keep it a buck. What would make you want to do, like, what would make you do this shit? Some people are trying to say that it's because he recently got like hospitalized or something, because like half of his face was like drooping. I think he had like Bell's palsy or something, bro. I don't know, but that shit is sad. It's like, if you go back to 2019 and you look at him now, he's really a different person. Yo! And that transition of him getting into this, like, it really took him a year to really just be full-on industry, bro. I'm not gonna lie. This is crazy. Like, this is insane, bro. And we see artists crash and burn all the time. Like, why would you even want to, I don't know, people, like, I understand, like, the money and the stardom and shit, but you're not supposed to just want to, like, be involved in this life, because it's so much that just happens behind the scenes. And the way that we see it and what it really is two completely different things. There's a veil, and, you know, the Diddy shit, the, what's his name? It's not Anthony Weiner. What is his name? The other guy. What's the name of the other guy, bro? He was like the director. I forgot his name. You know who I'm talking about. I was about to say Seinfeld. I'm crying. What's his name, bro? It's like Anthony or Andrew something. What's his name? What's his name, bro? Does anybody know his name? Anthony something. I don't know. That whole situation. And then it's like you hear about all these people like that just, I don't know, bro. The Dan Schneider situation. It's just so much, bro. It's an evil industry. And the fact that people would want to expose themselves to that is crazy. You got to realize that there are some people's, you got to realize this is some people's fave artists. I mean, yeah, but like, what does that have to do with anything, though?
Honestly, the guy is lucky to still have his life, because that type of situation goes left so fast so often.
For Lil Nas X, whose real name is Montero Lamar Hill, pleaded not guilty to the 4 felony charges he's facing. This is him making his first court appearance earlier today.
God damn, he's still singing that song?
Don't be late to the party tonight.
And then, yeah, he was like, talking about what party?
Up the clip. I thought that boy was still going, oh, nah, nah, nah.
He was only wearing underwear and white boots. He was spotted later naked and wandering on the street.
And I don't know if it's like a gay dude thing, but like the type of whitey tighties he was wearing, I would think would be mad uncomfortable to be just like sitting in all day.
The Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office has charged Montero Lamar Hill with 3 felony counts of battery with an injury on a police officer.
My God. He was walking around with his dick just flopping everywhere. Balls just clapping against his legs, just nah. What would you do if you were in the car and he talking about you want to come to the party and his dick just out? That shit just look, cause you know how you're sitting and he's standing, that shit just right in front of you. What would you do, bro? And they didn't leak it? Yo, what? Huh? Nah, that's crazy, bro.
And 1 felony count of
really
resisting an executive officer. The LAPD says when officers approached the rapper, he charged at them.
Yeah, this is really not a good situation for him at all. I mean, catching 3 potential felony charges could obviously result in multiple years in prison, and they don't even care if you were on drugs. I don't even know how much they might care if you were going.
Oh yeah, they don't care. They don't care what's going on with you, bro. If they got some shit on you, they gonna lock you up.
Through a bout of like psychosis, or how easy that would be to prove, because I do think that's the angle they're gonna take here. And his father would actually speak to the media after bailing his son out of jail.
Damn. He's in good spirit. He's all right. He's very remorseful for what happened. You know, but it can happen in any family. You know, he's gonna get the help that he needs. And just keep him in your prayers, you know.
I seen a headline that he said like the past few years were like really, really, really rough on him, bro. Damn, that makes you think like, whoa, like I want to know what his thought process is. Like we live in the age of social media, bro. Why don't you like get on a podcast or like go on TikTok and like just be like as transparent as you can, bro?
Give him the same grace and mercy that God give everyone.
I mean, me personally, I do believe in like a merciful God. I don't believe in like a petty God like some Christians seem to do. But obviously, given his track record of mocking Jesus and mocking Christians and mocking Catholics.
I mean, bro, but he was rage baiting here. Like Lil Nas was rage baiting before rage baiting was a thing. And people took what he said literally and they just put like a bunch of conspiracy videos. But he's always been the type of person that just thrived in controversy. And that's kind of why he fell off, though, because he just kept rage baiting. And even though he was talented, he had a gimmick. And you can only spam a gimmick for so long before it becomes boring, bro. Literally.
There has been a lot of rhetoric online of basically like, oh, this is finally the karma hitting him.
He's doing great mentally.
What was that first conversation like with him?
It's awesome. We shared tears. We shared laughter. But he's in great spirits. Give God all the glory. That's what he's gonna do when he first get out.
And it's so ironic. He seems to have this father that's all about God. I believe I saw an interview where he said that, you know, his family is pretty religious, including his grandmother who raised him.
I also had to think about like how many of my family members are like Christian, like my grandmothers and stuff, and, you know, like aunties and things like that. I'm like, wow, like, do they see this as that too?
So I'm sure they were very conflicted seeing the type of music.
Isn't this what is this called? Isn't this blasphemy or some shit?
An imagery he was putting out there.
Hill's charges include 3 counts of battery on a police officer and 1 count of resisting arrest.
And so obviously y'all saw the footage of him getting into that car. Lil Nas X has left jail after posting the
Man, he got money. $75K is nothing,
$75,000 bail. So maybe the guy's not totally broke as many have speculated at this point.
Nah, he's
just
not
wanted
broke.
to show you guys a couple of photos.
Gang, why would he be broke? It hasn't even been that long.
Of his release. I mean, for his standards, the guy is looking pretty rough. You know, maybe 2 days in the pen.
Bruh, he was in jail. What the fuck? You sleeping on a hard concrete floor or on an uncomfortable ass bed. They're not giving you the products that you need to look nourished. What are we talking about?
Changed him. And here is some actual footage from the courtroom where Lil Nas is addressed by the judge.
So, calling the case of People versus Montero Hill, case number 25 BWCF 0. Led up to this arrest. I did not observe the arrest. Apparently, there was a speedy preliminary hearing within 10 court days.
It's California. He's probably going to be able to get off.
Of today, 60 calendar days. Do you understand and give up that right so your case could be set for preliminary?
And can we just acknowledge for a second how fucked up this courtroom setup is? I mean, don't get me wrong, I know the guy assaulted a police officer,
nah, this is insane.
and I guess maybe they see him as a danger, but can the man really not at least stand in front of the judge, even if you have to handcuff him? Like, they pretty much have the guy in this whole other holding cell like he's fucking Hannibal Hector or some shit.
That's correct, Your Honor, but we just don't know whether that was actually factually accurate or just some officer's hunch that was uncorroborated. We don't know what happened. I'm assuming they drew blood or tested him, so at some point we'll find out, but right now there's nothing in the record that drugs were even a part of this.
Like I said earlier, now they're saying that drugs were not a part of this. She alludes there to the idea that they might have drawn some blood from him so they could take some sort of test. But if they're gonna go the whole psychosis, mental health, manic episode route, I do think that this whole situation is going to get very polarizing.
And so this
what does
is
he mean
just
by that?
An aberrant episode and in an otherwise productive life. To call his life productive, I think, would be an understatement. I think it's a remarkable life.
They're going to set bail at $75,000, and if he makes that bail, he's ordered to not own, use, or possess any illegal narcotics, attend 4 NA meetings per week, or enroll in an outpatient drug program.
God damn. He said, I don't give a damn. If you're getting this
crazy.
probation, you still are going to go to rehab, my boy. I mean, just look at the deep sorrow on this guy's face.
So, Mr. Hill, do you
I don't think that's sorrow, that's concern.
get and accept
He
those
looks
conditions?
concerned, bro.
Yes.
Nah, he definitely needs help, bro. And he does look like very sad, though.
I'm saying, what's up with this bullshit ass setup they got? And his attorney would speak.
Oh, isn't that Young Boy's lawyer? Oh, yeah, he good. What we worry? Yo, we ain't worried about shit. Nah, this is one of those lawyers where you could get caught in 4K doing some. Bro, you could get caught in 4K catching a body. He's gonna get you off. You'll be good. He's in good hands. This is Young Boy's lawyer. He works with literally every fucking rapper, bro.
To the hearing.
Literally.
Don't forget, he's 26 years old. So it's not unusual for something like this to happen, particularly when you have the pressure of being recognized internationally like him. And so we're going to do our best to address these things. And the best way to do that is just get the team and surround him with a team of people. You can see how much his dad cares, his family cares. And
so is this guy trying to suggest, like, oh, this only happened and he only got caught because he's so recognizable and so famous? I mean, I would go out on
that sounds like lawyer talk, bro. The point of being a lawyer, you gotta make it sound. You gotta, things that don't make sense, you gotta make it make sense.
Limb and guess that if you have a 6-foot-something guy walking around naked in the streets of a very populated area, he's going to get arrested no matter what.
And we're just getting this like outpouring of love and support for him. It's really unbelievable.
And I'm pretty sure I saw a report that this guy that Lil Nas hired is actually like Donald Trump's ex-lawyer.
What?
Like I said earlier, here comes the polarizing takes. You got a lot of people saying this.
Of course, people on Twitter are about to go crazy.
Lil Nas X is an example of why you should never play with God or mock him. And then you have other people saying stuff like this. Lil Nas X is facing years in prison for having a mental health crisis. But Donald Trump, who is a felon himself, is the president right now. Make it make fucking sense. And to me, it's like, okay, let's not act like he is completely absolved from everything that happened. I mean, at the end of the day, the guy is stripped down naked in public.
Nah, facts. I mean, bro, a lot of those people on Twitter, though. Yo, what's good, Peasy? What's good, BJ? Thank you for the raid, bro. A lot of these people, bro, on Twitter, it's just like, if you don't match, like, their politics or you don't match what they think, then it's like, you know what I mean? They not going to value what you got to say or value as a person. But if you align with what they got going on, they're going to try to justify whatever, bro.
Allegedly assaulted multiple police officers while doing so. So to me, whether it's like drugs or a psychotic break, that doesn't mean he's just going to be in the clear, and I think from here he's going to really be fighting an uphill battle. I mean, yeah, guys, at this point, it's really not looking good for Lil Nas X. I mean, I would think that when it comes to his career and him being a pop star, like, those days are really over. This is probably all an absolute nightmare for the label after he was already trending downward, and then he does something like this, and I'm almost positive that they're pretty much going to discard him altogether. But I will continue to keep you updated on this situation. This is obviously something that could take, you know, multiple years to unfold at this point. Y'all let me know y'all's thoughts down below in the comments. Also,
I'm not gonna lie, I just feel like it's There's no way in your right mind you would do something this crazy. Like walk down the street naked, attack a police officer, get yourself locked up. That's not normal behavior. That's strange. You know what I mean? I think he just needs to get away from this shit. Like, this life is not it.